physical therapist at Breakthrough Physical Therapy. Today we're going to do like a fun upper body workout. Today I'm going to start off with a warm-up. Warm-up is super important because it gets your body kind of ready to do the high intensity sort of workout. We'll modify and demo a couple pointers as we go along. So let's get started. So first exercise is going to be arm open and close. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blade as you go back and come back in. Do it at a nice pace that's comfortable for you. Let's get started. Really feel your shoulder blade squeezing in the back. Sometimes people just try to overextend the arm, but instead focus on getting a nice pinch between the shoulder blade and rest. The second exercise we're going to do is an overhead press to triceps extension. I'll demo it really quick. So you start up here, you kind of push overhead, bend your hand with the elbow to the ceiling, then you're going to do a triceps extension, slowly come back up, and then repeat the cycle. So let's get started. Going to keep your triceps, your shoulder blade ready for the more intense workout later on. Do it nice, slow, controlled. And the third fun one you're going to do is jumping jacks to get your heart rate kind of up for it. Let's begin. You ready?
Ready.
All right, let's jump. You can always do an easier version where you're just kind of stepping into it. So do per your tolerance. Heart to racing. And rest.
All right, now that our warm-up is complete, it's time to start into the actual exercising. So you're gonna need some weights. I'm gonna show a slightly harder version of most of these, and Ruchira is gonna show a slightly easier version. The first one is a bicep curl with some punches. So go ahead and grab your weights. We're gonna do 8 reps 2 times, but we're gonna do a curl, and you're gonna punch, punch, and release. That's number 1. Make sure you got your abs engaged, just kind of helping support your whole system. Nice and slow, you're not trying to go super fast with this because you want to make sure your muscles are doing what they should be doing. Breathing nice and easily the whole time. Feel that good squeeze as you're going through the motions in those biceps with the top of that curl. We're almost there. Last one. And rest. All right, it's time for round number 2. So let's go for that bicep curl and a punch, punch, and release. Now we go nice and slow. You're not trying to speed through it. You want to feel your muscles working the whole time. Think about good posture, so squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back. Also not letting your shoulders shrug up towards your ears at all, but keeping them down. Keep breathing nice and easy. Almost there, keep breathing. Take a rest. The next exercise that we're gonna be doing is an overhead press. I'm gonna do the slightly harder version because I'm gonna be standing on 1 leg with it versus Ruchira is doing a little bit easier for 2 legs. But let's begin. I'm gonna press just straight up overhead and back down. Again, think about your posture. Really engage those abs. Straight up overhead. Don't let your shoulders shrug. Almost there. And relax. number 2. So if you're doing the single leg with me, stand on your other leg. But let's begin, 8 more. Nice and smooth. If you stare at a non-moving object, it'll help your balance. But really feel those core muscles engage, leg muscles tight on that standing leg, but still focusing on those arms. Take a rest. Next exercise is going to be reverse curls. So you're basically holding the weights, but your palms are going to be facing down. Still doing a curl, but just keep those palms facing that down direction the whole time. Let's begin. Again, thinking about posture, so just shoulders down, shoulder blades squeezing, abs engaged, a little bit of glute and quad engagement. Almost there. Take a rest. Next, we're going to be doing the same thing. So make sure that you're keeping those palms facing down, and let's begin. Now these don't seem too difficult, but they're a little bit odd because of the motion that we do. So make sure you're being slow so you can feel if there's any trouble that you might need to adjust. One more. Take a rest. All right, next is gonna be tricep dips. These are pretty hard on the triceps, so slightly easier what you're gonna be doing on the chair, slightly harder on the floor, and I'm gonna add in a little leg kick, which makes balance a little bit harder, so again, just a little bit harder, but let's give it a go. All right, so starting up, and you're just gonna be dipping those elbows, and dip. Make sure those elbows are staying close to each other. Don't let them open up too much. Almost there. Take a rest. All right, round number 2. Let's begin. So dip and up. Again, keep those elbows in nice and tight. If you're in the position like me, try and keep your hips up. Keep breathing. Take a rest. All right, the next exercise is going to be a reverse fly. Again, a little bit heavier weight if you want it harder, a little bit lighter weight if you want it lighter. But kind of give a little soft knee bend, hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back flat, arms dangle straight out in front of you. You're gonna open up like a T, and nice and slow coming back. Make sure you're really squeezing your shoulder blades together as those arms come up. Don't let your shoulders shrug towards your ears at all. Keep breathing. Take a rest. Time for round number 2 of those reverse flies. So again, soft knees, hinge at the hips, back flat. Let's fly. Again, it's really important that you squeeze those shoulder blades together, those arms come up. Make sure your back's staying nice and flat and abs are engaged to help. Keep breathing. Give it a rest. For the next exercise, we're gonna work on the chest, so we're gonna do a chest fly. So go ahead and lay on your back, grab some weights, arms out like a T. Make sure your abs are engaged, your back's kind of staying nice and flat. You're gonna bring those weights up so the shoulders stack up to the sky. Nice and slowly control on the way down. And just coming up and down with those guys. Really feel that chest, pull those weights up. Engage those abs still. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Give it a rest. All right, time for set number 2 on this. So again, laying on your back flat, so tucking those hips and engaging the abs. Pull those arms up so they're straight overhead. Nice, slow back down. Again, you want to come where those wrists are kind of stacking over those shoulders so they're upright to the sky. There can be a soft bend in the elbows. It doesn't have to be straight the whole time. Helps protect your elbows a little. Again, check into those abs. Check in that you're breathing. Got one more. And take a rest. All right, you made it through the upper body workout. Good job. But just as important is the cool down. So we're gonna do child's pose, but in a 3-way, so you're just kind of moving into different positions. So sink on down to that child's pose, so reaching those arms forward and hips going back. You slowly kind of walk your hands both over to one side. You should feel a nice side body stretch. Slowly going to the other side. You should feel side body stretch the other direction. Back to the middle. Again, over to the first side. All the way over to the other side. Back to the middle. And give it a rest. Next up is the thread the needle. So you're gonna come onto hands and knees. You want shoulders and wrists stacked, hips and knees stacked. You're gonna take one hand, you're gonna dive it between the arm and the leg, give it a nice good stretch, and then come all the way up and open to the front, trying to stack those shoulders. And then switch to the other hand, so that one's gonna dive under. And then all the way up, open to the other side, trying to stack the shoulders. Back to the first one, nice big stretch. Open up. And let's do the other side one more time. And open up. Back to the center. Give it a rest. All right, so we're gonna do tricep stretch next. So one arm kind of comes straight up overhead, bend that elbow, other arm comes across, grabs that elbow and kind of gives it a pull going back. You want to kind of pull it in towards your head, but also back. Again, just nice breathing, nice and steady. Because this is overhead, it's also kind of stretching our lats a little bit since those come down through here. So make sure your back doesn't arch too much, but keep your back kind of flat by engaging those abs and tucking those ribs. But keep pulling at that elbow, give that tricep a good stretch. Now we're gonna switch. So other arm up, elbow bent, other arm coming across. Give that elbow a little tug. Again, in and back. Steady breathing. Again, watch and make sure that your back isn't arching too much, but flatten it out a bit by helping those abs and ribs. Keep breathing. And rest. All right, you've made it through the workout. Good job. Thanks for sticking around all the way through the cool down too. Again, it's just as equally as important. Thanks for making it through this upper body workout with us. Stick around and come back for some more. Bye-bye.